Hi students, this is a tricky questions from chapter impairment. Now this is not alone from impairment. This question contains topics related to impairment as well as revaluation. In fact, this question is actually impairment plus a revaluation. Now read this question. .g has a property which is currently stated at a revalued carrying amount of 2,53,000. Due to a slump in property prices, value of property is currently only 180,000. The historical cost carrying amount of property is 2,07,000. How should the impairment in value be reflected in financial statement in accordance with impairment of asset? One is question is with regard to how much amount will you show in profit and loss account, and the other one is how much amount will you show in other comprehensive income. Now remember, other comprehensive income normally shows revaluation surplus or fair value through profit and loss in fair value through other comprehensive income gains, investments gain. And anyway, this is not an other fair value through other comprehensive income. The question talks about an asset, so definitely other comprehensive income means revaluation surplus or related deficit. Now profit and loss account, as you remember, all the impairment loss will directly go to profit and loss account. So now the question is that how should the above impairment in value be reflected in financial statement in accordance with IAS 36 impairment of asset. Now as you know that impairment loss which directly goes to profit and loss account, normally which goes to profit and loss account, is the difference between recoverable amount and carrying amount or vice versa. Anyway, your answer will be perfect. Now the question has stated that .g has a property which is currently at a revalued carrying amount of 2,53,000. So right now the carrying amount is 2,53,000. Now what you have to find out is that what is the recoverable amount. Now recoverable amount, once again we have learned, recoverable amount is higher of fair value less cost of disposal or value in use. Value in use is nothing but present value of cash inflows and outflows from this particular use of this asset. So now we have to find out recoverable amount. Now I read the question again. Due to a slump in property prices, value of property is currently 180,000. So we can say that fair value is 180,000 and cost of disposal is not given. So fair value less cost of disposal is 180,000. Historical cost carrying amount of property is 2,07,000. So they have given historical cost, so it's not value in use. So value in use 0. So recoverable amount will be higher of 180,000 or 0, whichever is higher, which is 180,000. So we can say that there is an impairment loss of 73,000. So there is an impairment loss of 73,000. Now listen to this very carefully. This entire impairment loss will not get to profit and loss account. Why? Because now if you read the question, .g has property which is currently stated at a revalued carrying amount of 2,53,000. That means now there has been a revaluation previously. That is why it is being shown at a revalued figure. Now at the revaluation, the fair value of that asset was 2,53,000. That is why it is being shown at revalued figure. Now what was the value before that? The value before that, the question states that the historical cost carrying amount of property is 2,07,000. So before that, the historical carrying amount before this revaluation was 2,07,000. So from this we can infer that there is a revaluation surplus right now in books, which is values 46,000. I will repeat, the question has stated that the .g has a property which is currently stated as revaluing carrying amount of 2,53,000. When they are saying that it is valued at revalued carrying amount, indirectly we have to, what they are trying to convey is that this property was revalued. Now if there is revaluation, there will be revaluation surplus. Now what is the revalued amount? 2,53,000. What was the value before it? Question state that historical cost, that purchase cost carrying amount of property is 2,07,000. So 2,07,000. So revaluation surplus is 46,000. Now we have learned that whenever a property is revalued, so that means now what is the inference? There was a property was revalued earlier. Now it is revalued downwards. Impairment is nothing but revaluation downwards. Now previously property was revalued upwards. So first you have to cancel that revaluation surplus. Revaluation surplus normally have a credit balance. So to cancel revaluation we have to debit. So debit revaluation surplus 46,000 and the balance amount 73,000 minus 46,000, which is 27,000. The balance amount will be debited to SOPL, being impairment loss. So this is the amount of impairment loss, and the balance amount should be cancelled from revaluation surplus. Thank you.